What's going on, everyone? Talen here. Welcome to another Marvel Future Fight video. Alright, so we're going to be taking another look at Luna Snow here, or we're going to be looking at her in some other game modes. So, here we have Extreme Alliance Battle, so I just wanted to try her out and kind of see how she does. We have Spider-Man 2099 for the leadership, and then we actually have Gwenpool there because she is a when attack striker for Luna. So get a little bit of extra damage out that way as Gwenpool strikes for us. But anyway, for this fight I was pretty much just trying to keep her alive, so I was just kind of going basically whatever skills were off of rotation and then using them there, so I wasn't too concerned during this run of actually keeping a damage proc lined up anywhere. I think you probably want to keep the damage proc on maybe the 5th or the 1st skill might be the best ones to use, because the 4th skill does have a lot of damage with the Entice on it, except you have to wait towards the end of the skill to get the actual damage. So as you can see, I'm mainly just using it for the Entice right there and then canceling the skill. But if you let it go a little bit longer, kind of after that dark circle around her right there that you saw goes away, she does like another blast of kind of like ice from all around her, and that's what gets the damage of the skill going. So pretty much what I was trying to do also was I would like to use the 1st skill and then the 2nd skill and then get into the 3rd skill, so that if that 30% chance actually procs when using that 3rd skill to refresh the 1st skill, I can jump into the 1st skill right away again, and the 1st skill being her best iframe out of her skills. It's really good to have that one available all the time, especially when fighting the Frost Beast here, so they can use it to kind of get out of the way or even avoid some meteors if you're going to try to keep the meteor gauge up the entire time, which is probably doable with her because you can cancel a lot of her skills out, so you shouldn't have too much issue once you kind of get a little bit more in the rhythm of her skill rotation. But like I said, I was just trying to keep her alive, so I don't really have a set rotation that I was trying to stay on. But pretty much what I was trying to do is try to get the damage proc on the 5th skill if I could. So then I go into the 5th skill, and that gets me that damage immunity for 3 seconds, and then usually I would pop the Entice, and then I would try to use the 2nd skill while either the Frost Beast is enticed or I have the damage immunity up from the 5th skill, because it takes a little longer to cast that skill, but you do get some pretty good damage from it. And then I would jump into the 1st skill for that iframe, and then into the 3rd skill, which also gives you an iframe at the start of it, but if you let the 3rd skill fully play out, the end part of it where she does her little hair flick, you are going to be vulnerable to take some damage, so you kind of want to cancel it before that happens. But I have noticed that you still do get the extra damage from the 3rd skill for the most part. If you cancel it, you still get the extra kind of like ice explosion there at the end. I'm not sure how long you actually have to wait for the skill to play through to actually get that, because you can cancel it a little too early and you don't get it. But anyway, we were able to score 143k with her for this particular run. I did a few other tries and I actually got her up to 164, I think it was. So she can score pretty high. So here's her theme music, actually, right here, her theme song. My laptop fan might be a little too loud in the background for you to actually hear it, but we did trigger her theme song here for this particular fight. So this Shadowland floor here was kind of just to showcase her against the entry mode a little bit, and as you can see, her damage is still high enough even at Gears 15 Tier 1 to take out this entry mode at 415, so she does have really nice damage. So that leads me to believe that she might be competing with the top slots for Extreme Alliance Battle Speed Day when you Tier 2 her. I'm not sure how much her damage is going to scale with her Tier 2, but it looks promising for her to be able to score quite high. Yeah, so this mode was another pretty easy entry for her, so overall I'm quite happy with her damage output, and her skills are just really nice as well. She has a lot of AoE, so she can handle multiple enemies quite easily. She can snare them, or not snare, she can entice them. She's got a lot of multi-hits, and then with her iframes and the freeze on that second skill, that is really nice, where she summons that cone right there of ice that kind of like drills into the enemy. It just freezes them when they get anywhere in contact with it, so that is really nice. I really like that skill for Shadowland here, especially because you can't really freeze world bosses or the Frost Beast, but it's probably going to be really good for PvP as well, depending on how much he prioritizes the skill. Alright, so now we're moving on to World Boss here. So we're going to be taking on Infinity Thanos for this test. We have Hela's leadership for the 45% energy damage, and then Coulson to give her a little bit of boost in survivability and damage, so that we can go in here without any strikers and just kind of see what she can do, well, kind of on her own. I mean, she is getting a bit of a boost from Coulson, but this fight here went surprisingly well, because I don't have immune to guard break or anything like that on her, but since she has the iframes and some movement on her skills, she can stay out of harm's way pretty easily. And then if you do get hit, the 5th and the 4th skill with that 15% HP heal on it is really nice, so she can actually heal up quite a bit from casting those skills. And as you can see, I mean, we have no strikers here, but I mean, we do have Coulson, but no strikers, and she's doing really respectable damage. I mean, she's knocking off chunks of Thanos' health here with some of her skills, so she has quite high DPS. I'm really kind of surprised about how much DPS I've been seeing from her, especially since she's a speed character, but also kind of happy with that, because we do need a kind of like a high DPS speed character. We don't really have too many options for that if we want to do a speed character with some good damage. So as you can see, she's not having much issues here at all dealing with Thanos. You can pretty much just use whichever skills you want with her. I mean, just you don't really have to stick with a skill rotation, is what I'm trying to say there, that you can just use whichever skill you think you need at the time with her. But generally I like to keep the kind of the 5th, 4th, and 3rd skill together, because then you get the damage immunity with the 5th, you get the entice with the 4th, and then since you're protected from both the entice and the damage immunity, you can use the 2nd skill quite safely, and then you have the 1st and 3rd skill for the iframes. Yeah, so we didn't run into too many issues here. As you can see, I did get hit once from Thanos' ground pound right there, but then using the 4th and the 5th skill, she was pretty much back up to full health. And here I was trying to finish with the 3rd skill with the hair flick, and I think I got it. Yeah, there we go. She finishes the 3rd skill out with her little hair flick there, and boom, Thanos goes down from the ice at the end there. So that was quite an easy run for her for Infinity Thanos. I'm quite happy with that. So as you can see, Luna Snow is quite a powerful character and well worth the rank up tickets if you have it. So that was just kind of a little extra showcase I wanted to do on Luna here. So I hope you enjoyed, and of course I will catch you in the next one.